Welcome to another Smart Chain Connection tutorial. Here I will demonstrate how to set up an Elrond Observing Squad and connect it to Elasticsearch. To begin, we need Ubuntu version 20 with a minimum of 12 CPUs, 20 gigabytes of RAM, fast internet connection. The recommended, however, is 16 CPUs with 36 gigabytes of RAM. This whole process is actually pretty quick. You can run through it quite fast. The only thing that's going to take you some time is maybe setting up your server with whatever platform you're going to be using and Elastic Cloud. So just setting up those accounts if you don't have those set up. But if you do, the process of doing this is fairly quick. I'm starting with Ubuntu just fresh installed. And so we're going to do some minimal configuration there. Then we're going to run the install scripts. Let's put a T in there from Elrond docs, and we're going to install an observer squad. It's pretty straightforward, easy to do. Then we're going to create an instance of Elasticsearch version 7. There will be 4 external.toml files to update, one for each shard. You've got the meta shard, shard 0, 1, 2, and 3 for the Elrond network. Installing this and configuring this is easy compared to figuring out what you're going to do with Elasticsearch. So these are our steps, and we are ready to go. So here I'm just setting up my SSH connection to my Ubuntu server where I'm going to be installing the Observing Squad. You can connect SSH whatever method you'd like to use. I'm just using the terminal here. In this next section, I'm just quickly going through and setting up my sudo user. You can use these commands if you'd like, or set up your sudo user however you're used to doing it. Okay, well that's waiting. Let's go ahead and go over to Elrond docs. And we're going to come up here and just type in Observer Squad. Okay. You'll see the system requirements. And then we're just going to get to the main scripts here. That you'll want to go to is look up Elastic search. And it's pretty much going to tell you the only part you really need to know is this right here. Well, first off, yeah, you don't want to do this on a validator. These will be observer nodes. Therefore, you will not need any type of address or PIM file. This right here is what you need. Update the external.toml for each node, since we're doing a squad instead of a single node. And then you need the URL password, username and password. Okay, let's check on our machine here. Let's do a reboot. Okay, and so I'm showing you how to set this up from scratch. I mean, Ubuntu was just installed. Don't even have a sudo user yet, just root, and doing some updates, and we'll go right into it. Okay, so back to this. Okay, this is the landing that you're going to see right here. Okay, this is actually Kibana. When you connect, you'll probably see this one right here. This interface is not Elasticsearch, it is Kibana. So if you come up and you go manage this deployment, you're going to be interacting with Elastic Cloud and your deployments. So this is a current deployment that I have. And we want to go to deployments. If you already have a deployment up, go up to deployments, create deployment. So you're probably going to first, when you first create a deployment, you're going to come to this page right here. And you're going to look at the default settings for this thing, and you're looking at 63 cents an hour, which is, you know, $460 a month. For feeding off of one machine observer squad, you don't need this. And so we're going to edit this, and we're going to get that rate down much cheaper. Okay, I'm going to stick with Google Cloud. Have no reason to go to AWS. I'm going to go with Google Cloud. Then the region, you're obviously going to pick the region that's closest. Most likely, you're going to pick the region that's closest to where your server's housed, right? Storage optimized isn't necessarily what you want. Let's go down here to CPU optimized. And remember, version 7, not 8 right now, okay? And so now we're going to come down to here to advanced settings. You may want 2 zones. We're going to put 1 zone on here. It's going to be much cheaper. And you can start off with the lowest setting, right? Just that lowest setting is going to get this working. Is that going to meet the needs long term? You're going to have to determine that. But this is that lowest setting is going to get you going. It's only $35 a month. And Kibana, you may want to upgrade that if you have a bunch of users logging in. But if not, you won't need that. Get rid of APM Fleet unless you have a reason to use that. And we're at $35 a month. Create deployment. Now this is the important part. You cannot skip this. You must copy this. You can even download a CSV, but this is, you've got to have this. So come on over to where you're keeping notes, and we're going to say Elastic, which is the user, and here's the password. Okay? The next thing we're going to want is the URL, but I'll show you how to plug that in here real soon. All right, let's skip that. Let's come on back over to our machine here. Let's get reconnected. All right, we're all ready to install. So at this point, we're going to let Elasticsearch continue to create its deployment. Let's come on back over here to Observing Squad scripts. Let's grab the first one. I'm going to shrink this up. All right. First command, we're going to get the package, and you will see that this says mainnet. It's even a good idea. You can do this on test on DevNet, and it's gonna upload fast. It's gonna be, you can use much less resources on your server. You can use a small 4 CPU server, low RAM, all that stuff, and you're gonna come up and be joined to the network a lot faster, and it's good for testing. But when you're ready to do this, you're going to need to get the mainnet package. Okay? All right. And now we need to go to config variables. So let's look what we've got now. And let's edit this variables. All right, let's come on down. Siegel, that's my username. My sudo user. Okay, and if you see here, it wants you to change node extra flags. All right, and yep. Okay. Here we go. We've got our config variables set, and we're going to run. Let's get back up to the folder we need to be in, and let's run our script. You're going to select Observing Squad 2. Come back over here to your editor, and you need to say names of Observer Squad. And so these are going to be the names of the actual nodes. And, you know, all one line. Tutorial SH for shard M, and tutorial for shard 0, for shard 1, and for shard 2. Okay, 3 shards and the meta shard.